Once upon a time, there was a king who wanted to have a child.
If only I had a child.
But they never had one. One day, the king was bathing. A frog leapt out of the water onto the land and said to the king,
"Your wish shall be fulfilled. Before a year has gone by, you shall have a daughter."
What the frog had said came true, and the king had a little girl who was very happy.
I'm so happy with my precious daughter. I want to give a great feast.
The king invited not only his family and friends, but also the 30 fairies in his kingdom. He only had 12 golden plates for them to eat out of, so one of them was not invited. The feast was held with spindles, and the fairies present their magic gifts to the baby. One gave riches, another beauty, a third riches, and so on with everything in the world that one can wish for. Suddenly, the 30 come into the palace really angry.
The king's daughter shall in her 15th birthday pick herself with a spindle and fall down dead. Ha 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 ha!
And without saying another word, she turned around and led the lumps. They were all shocked. But the 12 fairies, whose wish still remained unspoken, came forward, and since she could not undo the evil spell but only solve it, she said,
"My king shall not be dead, but a this sleep of 100 years, into which the blessed shall fall."
Listen to me, all of you. I order you to burn every spindle in the whole kingdom. Nothing will happen to my little daughter.
As years passed by, the gift of the fairies was completely full with the young girls. She was so beautiful, modest, good-natured, and wise that everyone who saw her loved her. One day, when she was 50 years old, the king was not at home, and the girl was left in the palace alone. She visited every place of palace, looked into rooms, bedrooms, and at last she came to an old tower.
"I have never been into that tower. I will get up and walk. What size is that?"
She climbed up the narrow winding staircase and reached a little door.
"I wonder what's inside that room. I will take a look."
A lost ticket was in the lock, and when she turned it, the door sprang open, and there in a little room sat an old woman in the spindles, busy spinning his fire.
"Good day, old man. What are you doing?"
Oh, come on in, little girl. I'm spinning.
"What sort of thing is that? That's right around so married. I want to speak too."
Come near. Don't be afraid.
As soon as she touched the spindle, the magic spell was filled, and she pinned her finger with it. She fell down on the bed and went into a deep sleep. This sleep extended over the whole palace, including the king. After many years, a prince from another country heard an old man talking about the castle.
"Tell me, old man, it is true that your beautiful son has been asleep for 100 years in that castle?"
"It's true, Your Majesty. Nobody can enter the castle. Many kings' sons have died trying to get inside."
"But how can that be?"
There's a tarnished chain that keeps them from entering."
"And do you know the name of the princess?"
"Her name is Rose. The king and the royal crown are also asleep."
"I'm not free of that hornet's head. I will go and see the beautiful Rose."
"I'm warning you not to go. It's dangerous, and probably you will not return alive."
"You will see it, old man. I will come back, and Rose will come back with me."
When the king's son came near the throne headed, it was nothing but large and beautiful flowers, which let him press and hug. Then they closed again behind him light-headed.
The old man was right. Everybody is sleeping, and even the horse and the penguins, the cock and the maid. Who could be so evil to do this?
When the prince entered the great hall, he saw by the stone the king.
I must keep looking for the princess. Oh, I see a dot over there. Maybe she's there.
He opened the door into the little room where Rose was sleeping.
Oh, she's as beautiful as everybody says. I have to kiss her.
But as soon as she kissed her, Rose opened her eyes and awoke and looked at him quite sweetly.
Oh, what happened to me? I can hardly remember. Who are you?
I am a prince from a faraway country. I'm so happy that you woke up from a long sleep.
The last thing I remember now is that I was talking to an old woman that I hurt my fingers with a sandals.
You must forget about all of that. Now you are fine and safe.
Then the king awoke and the world of courts, and they looked at each other in great astonishment, and everybody in the castle woke up. The horses and penguins, the cock and the maid.
Oh, sweet princess, I love you. Will you marry me?
Yes, I will.
And soon the marriage of the princess and lords was celebrated with great splendor, and they lived happy to the end of their days.